I seriously can't believe this. I don't know if this is gonna be a video, but let me show you what happened. Imagine, here I was just tearing up some subfloor in the bathroom for a shower, where I then went out to the front of the house where I tossed the trash in the trash can to find a huge crack in the sidewalk that I did a whole video on doing multiple layers of skim coat.
I can only think this happened today from the trash can. Definitely a bummer, but you all know me, I'm not gonna let that get me down.
And one thing's for sure, this definitely changes my plans for the week. I don't know if this concrete skim coat failed because I did it when there was still a couple of freezes in the year, or if this is just inevitable sooner or later with a product like this. Either way, I'm gonna tear this out and get it fixed the right way. I'm not gonna lie, this has kind of been the whole story of this renovation. It feels like I do something and then half the time I've gotta redo it. All right, back to working in the bathroom. I'll rent a sledgehammer to tear out the sidewalk later. It's definitely more than I expected and it's taken longer to get videos out, but I guess that's why I'm trying my first vlog, so hopefully it's fun.
20 minutes later.
Oh, hey everybody. I'm just here under the house retrieving a spade bit that I accidentally dropped under the subfloor. I'm telling you, this is exactly what I was talking about earlier. If I was smarter, I would have drilled the hole earlier while there was still a hole in the subfloor, so I wouldn't have to climb like this to retrieve it. But I'm trying just to go with the flow and not ever get upset about it, and that seems to be working. Hello, spider webs. There it is. Okay, so I think I drilled the hole I needed. Let me see if I can see it here. There it is, okay. And now we head back. Okay, make sure I get this and this. All right, let's get out of here. Freedom! That was a lot of completely unnecessary nonsense. Whew, glad I had this on.
Okay, I took a quick shower, got fresh jeans and a shirt on, and now I need to attach these 2x10 boards around the shower before I can apply my mortar bed. A little bit of a behind the scenes here. Even though we're pretty far into the project, this, I think, is where the video is actually gonna begin. Hey everybody, my name's Mike Montgomery, and today I'm gonna show you every step for building a mortar shower bed, from installing the drain all the way to being ready for tile. So let's get started on modern builds. We're here in the shower in what used to be a cubby. Okay, I think that should be plenty for kind of like a vibe of a voiceover, and any detailed instruction I'll pick up in the voiceover. That way I make sure it's correct. And we're making good time. It's right about 3 o'clock, so I want to get this done in the next hour. That way I can still go to Home Depot and rent a sledgehammer today. Open a window. There we go. That should help with dust. You want it to be able to clump up by hand like this and not lose its shape. I should have had gloves on for that. The comments are probably gonna get me. Oh, come on. Okay, well, we'll do 2 layers.
So this is the part of the vlog where I should mention, if you're interested in this tutorial, the link is down in the description where I built this whole shower pan. It's the last video I posted a couple days ago. In-depth instruction is all there. The basic idea is to have a slope going from the edge of your shower to the drain, and I used these screening boards to accomplish that.
And I think I've pretty much got it. And it is now, not bad, 4:30, almost 5. So I would consider that a huge success, and I think Home Depot's rental center either closes at 6 o'clock or 8 o'clock, which is plenty of time for me to get over there, even if I need to rent a sledgehammer today and return it tomorrow. I'll tell you what, with renovating, it's also really easy to lose 30, 45 minutes cleaning up, getting things ready for the next step. Definitely a little different than woodworking, in my opinion. I also didn't expect this to be a 3 white t-shirt day, but you never know what to expect.
Oh man, I'm sticky, I can't get it off. Oh, I'm too sweaty.
Alrighty, so we're gonna go to Home Depot, see what they've got in the rental department, and hopefully be returning with a jackhammer. I think I've been saying sledgehammer all day long, so if I have, my bad. All right, wish me luck. Hopefully they haven't rented all of them today. Hello. I was hoping to get a sledgehammer. Or not a sledgehammer, a jackhammer.
A jackhammer?
Yep. Okay, so these are huge. I probably don't need these. These are giant. I feel like that could work.
That one's bigger than this one.
Oh, yeah, let's check that out then.
Okay, so this will probably be a good one.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty heavy duty. We'll get that. Perfect. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Okay.
Since it's a 4-hour rental and it's after 4, because Home Depot sees it as you don't get your full 4 hours.
I ended up getting an even bigger demolition hammer. I guess that's what it's actually called. I just thought it was a jackhammer. But we're about to use it, and I'm hyped. Let's get back to the renovation.
And I don't know if you heard that, but I don't have to bring it back until 9 a.m. tomorrow. I guess that is a huge upside to renting things overnight.
And here is our even bigger jackhammer. Dun, dun, dun. This one even legit looks like a jackhammer. Let's go. Shout out Makita. So I got 3 different bits, one that's a pointy one, a small chisel, and then a wide, almost scraper chisel. And I'm gonna be starting with the small chisel because if I only rented one bit, this is probably what I would have gotten. But this is my fallback. I know I can get more pressure on this point. Okay, click on. Oh, and it just goes. And then when I press, that's when it goes. Should I have looked at a manual? Probably. Oh, that worked great. As you can tell, I obviously wasn't sure what I was doing. I was just going with the flow and getting a feel for things at first. I was able to get some pieces to break off, but upon further examination, it was mostly all my repairs, not the slab. That's very cool. You can see a cross-section of the skim coat layers I did, which they do seem to have bonded really well where it bonded. From there, I just kept at it. I was getting a feel for the tool anyways, figuring out what didn't work and also figuring out what did. Mostly, I knew I was removing this skim coat, but it had to go anyways, so I got after it. Okay, so a little behind the scene. So I would rate this as pretty good, and I think it would get the job done. This is totally doable. But I'm very curious now to see how much better the point is at breaking up this concrete, especially the thick slab underneath all the skim coats. Using the point definitely gave me that more concentrated pressure point that I was talking about earlier, and it seemed to break through a little bit easier, although I was still removing majority skim coat. But you'll see soon the technique I figured out to kind of leverage and start pulling up boulders. And now we're gonna see if I'm just removing the skim coat or if the slab is gonna be able to come up as well. I also might be breaking this up into 2 smaller pieces, who knows? Now can I break up the slab? It was on this pass with the demolition hammer where I started to use it at an angle, and that sort of unlocked everything. It started breaking up the pieces a lot better. All right, we might be getting somewhere, finally. Oh, that's it. Part of this goes under the dirt. I probably should have dug this up. I just gotta expose this end, hopefully. I wasn't thinking it at the time, but it's pretty obvious now in hindsight that all of the dirt was keeping this concrete locked together even though I was putting cracks in it. It just didn't want to pull apart. There we go! Now we're moving. This is encouraging. Almost gave up. Just kidding. From here on out, the angle method was the go-to move, and it really worked to perfection. I finally got this thing to start breaking up down to the slab that I was hoping for earlier. Oh, we got some big pieces now. Oh yeah, my biggest piece yet. Ugh. We're really making good progress now. I don't know why I decided this would be a fun after-work activity, because it's a lot of work, but I'm not complaining, it's going well. Getting these big chunks is amazing. I think I'm gonna switch back to this chisel point. It might be able to create cracks that really start running through the sidewalk now. There we go. So now that y'all know the drill, oh, no pun intended, I'm gonna turn up the music and y'all enjoy the time lapse. getting down to the end. So exciting. Let's try and cut it in half. Woo. We did it, and I am very happy that I don't need to return that until the morning. I do have a lot more small pieces than I thought. I just thought I would load a bunch of big chunks into the bed of my truck, but I think I'm gonna be bringing the tractor from my parents' place. I'll see you on the vlog tomorrow. This morning, I've only got about 15 minutes to spare, but we're here before 9 o'clock to return this big demo drill. Morning. Morning. Got a drill I'm returning. How you doing? I look like a Michael?
No, it's just
I'm just kidding.
one out. Total 6437.
Okay.
Bank card.
Yes, sir. Everything you said is perfect. And while I'm here, I'm gonna get a little bit of silicone for the shower liner. It's kind of a convenient thing that this is my first stop today. That's a lot of concrete. And it looks like our mortar bed cured awesome. And I can get any of these little bits that are stuck scraped up. This is all great news and means that today should be pretty straightforward. All I need to do here in the shower is install my liner, and then I can do my second sloped mortar bed pour, which I'm hoping all goes really well. Right now, checking the time, it's about 2 o'clock, and that liner took a little longer than I expected. I thought I would already be pouring the mortar by now, but we're ready to mix. The base of a shower honestly is a little more complicated than I thought. I didn't realize that you had a pre-slope mortar bed, then you do the rubber or plastic liner, and then on top of that, you do the actual mortar bed going to the drain. I think I hear a tractor. Well, look who it is. Welcome to Modern Builds again.
Hello. Time to go to work.
I've got maybe like 15 minutes left on this mortar bed, and then we'll work on that.
Sounds like a winner. Let's do it.
Let's do it. I ended up with a little too much water in the mix. If you want to see that saga, watch the full video. I won't lie, I'm bummed about adding too much water, but we'll check back tomorrow and see how it looks. I did imagine there being a little more time in between me doing the mortar bed and my dad showing up, but construction, or any building really, takes longer than you usually expect. I'm gonna get these tools cleaned up real quick, and then I'll get over there to give my dad a hand. My clothes are like so wet, it's like I jumped out of a swimming pool. I've been sweating a lot today, but no time to change. You gotta take advantage of help when you can get it. My dad and I started with a basic system. We wanted to get the larger rocks first and get those out to the concrete pile on the back of the property. He was able to scoop up quite a bit with each pass, and then I filled up the rest of the bucket with as many as I could pick up and load into the bucket. Oh yeah, you got some dirt. Even though this is a small tractor, each one of these buckets is probably 2 wheelbarrows, maybe 3. And being able to drive this bucket and dump it is way more convenient, that's for sure. Time to add to the concrete chunk pile. So that pile of rocks has been there since we got the property. I don't know what the original concrete chunks came from, but he's really booking it on that tractor. He's quick. That's actually my mom's tractor. It's been a while since I've used it, but it's really handy around here on these smaller but big projects, because using a wheelbarrow or a gorilla cart like that would be no fun at all. I should put on gloves. I regret not putting on gloves yesterday. I got a blister. It's no fun from that jackhammer.
You want to get under there?
Yeah.
That's where the biggest ones are.
Oh no, that's any better. Ah, this is gonna be a difficult task. There must be a better way. This is taking too long. There's gotta be a better way. All right, that's probably enough to dump.
Before we did that, I wanted to take my turn at using the tractor and taking it out to the concrete pile. Honestly, it's just so fun driving this thing. It really scoots too.
A few people have asked how much land is this house on, and it's just under 5 acres. There's a corner lot, about an acre, maybe 3/4, that's obvious, kind of like the front and backyard of the house, and then a big field behind it.
Oh no, that was not smooth. Oh jeez, that was not smooth at all.
Yeah, it's fair to say, tractoring is not my forte, but I did get one this year. It's a little bit bigger than this, so this is a good one to get practice on. A video or two ago, I told you guys to leave a comment for my dad, Gary, for all the help in the renovation, and y'all left some nice comments. It's funny, we were laughing looking at them the other day. This project's definitely overwhelming, but it's good having a little bit of help. Oh, tripod, whoops. So let's use the bucket and then dig all that. Womp, womp, womp. And then we're just done. What do you think?
Plan, go that way.
Okay, but you're doing it because I suck at the tractor.
Well, I do too, but we'll see what happens.
All right, cool. Straight down. That's perfect. Straight down. Oh yeah, all right, now you're good. Level out.
We were able to get a decent scoop.
I mean, that's definitely a lot. I mean, that's a lot of shovels.
At the end of the day, it just came down to shoveling these concrete pieces into the bucket. There was really no perfect way of scooping it to get it out. The lower angle you use with your shovel is better though. And instead of going to the concrete pile, these small pieces we threw in a low spot of the driveway.
We'll be putting all new gravel or asphalt down. That's just fill for now. That's doing surprisingly well. Nice. Whoa! Golly, that was close. Whoa. So far, so good.
We were really seeing the light at the end of the tunnel at this part of the project, so I was just turning and burning with that shovel. My dad tried to take it from me, but I just kept it, and I just wanted to get these rocks out of there. We eventually started raking them up to consolidate everything, and then scooping that into the bucket, and then re-raking it again, and then scooping it one last time, before I noticed the last little bit of the original concrete slab here in the front of the pavers. It's not under it at all.
And the last thing we need to do is dig out this opening a little bit so I've got room to put formwork and stuff like that in. See if you can just, yeah, stab right there. Perfect. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That was easy.
I really only need a couple of inches to be able to get some concrete formwork in, but now, using the tractor, I've got way more room than I really need, and all I had to do was shovel out this front end because I didn't want to cause any damage to the house or to the planters.
Yeah, that tractor saved a ton of time.
You can see how many days of work it saved me between all the, my other one, that one.
And I know I'm gonna need to reuse this dirt for backfill once we get a new sidewalk in, so I just stored it off to the side here and then moved the tractor over to the trailer.
I appreciate that.
That's
All
great. Yes, sir.
Yeah, we'll just get a little bit of sand that'll level it, and then maybe we should hire a sidewalk guy. I've already had like 2 failed skim coats, thought it worked, and then it failed again.
Yeah.
It would honestly be the worst if I then sidewalked with like 40 bags of concrete
Cracked and broke.
and then it messed up. We'll check back in a minute. I really don't know exactly what I'm gonna do because this whole sidewalk is encapsulated by not only the asphalt down there, but then the porch up here and the planters here. So I can't exactly put 2x4 framework all the way around the perimeter, just 2 sides, not even 3. That makes this even more difficult. So there's a few ideas. Number 1, I could put down some really modern pavers rather than 1 solid sidewalk, maybe like 3 or 4 square rectangles that have plenty of offset from the house and the planters. Option 2 is just go for it, do a 2 or 3 sided formwork and just eye it, making sure everything is level before I start with the frame. And then the third option is just hiring it out. I don't know if I should hire someone instead of doing this myself. What would you do if you were me? Let me know down in the comments. There he goes. Oh man, it really is safe to say this renovation is kind of kicking my ass. It's just discouraging when you think you did a project well and then it fails, so you fix it, and then it fails again. And that's really the only reason I'm apprehensive about doing this a third time. In moments like this, I do think it's best to sleep on it because a lot of times you can make a bad decision if you just act on it. So I'm probably gonna get showered up, do some laundry, and check back in the morning because it'll probably be dark in about an hour. This for sure has been a long day, but we'll see you back here tomorrow for day 3 of the vlog.
No. Ah, dang it. And really quick, I'd like to give a big thanks to the sponsor of today's episode, Squarespace. If you need a website, online store, or just a custom domain, Squarespace is your one-stop shop. And now with Blueprint AI, designing your own tailored website for your business or brand has never been easier. All you've got to do is tell Squarespace about your brand and the website you want to create, and it generates a custom template unique to you. And their drag and drop editing from there is lightning quick and easy. And now with enhanced search engine optimization, customers can find you easier too. Squarespace online stores have no limits to the number of products that you can sell, and customers online have flexible payment options. From PayPal, credit cards to Apple Pay, and now in eligible countries, customers can buy now and pay later with ClearPay and Afterpay. The last thing I'm gonna touch on are Squarespace online courses. They've got all the tools to build your course, set a paywall, whether that's a one-time fee or a recurring subscription charge, and turn your knowledge into income. Super cool. So if you wanna learn more, make sure and follow my link down in the description. That's squarespace.com/modernbuilds. And then when it's time to make your site live, don't forget to use my code ModernBuilds for 10% off your first site, store, or domain through Squarespace. As always, big thanks to Squarespace and you all for watching. Well, I am in a great mood, and this is why I say you should sleep on it when it comes to decisions like this. Last night while I was eating dinner, I was scrolling through Pinterest and I found some images of some really cool paver sidewalks. And I think that's gonna be the best solution for me. A couple reasons is it gives me a little bit of buffer away from the house to build my framework. And number 2, knock on wood, hopefully nothing ever goes wrong with them, but if they do, they're not like tied into the house like if I was to do a sidewalk. So in general, that's the game plan. For the rest of the morning, I'm gonna be working back in that bathroom where we've been building the mortar bed. I already checked earlier and it looks awesome. The lighting is good in that room for the first half or 2/3 of the day, and then for the second half of the day, the sun is blocked by the house. And that makes working here in the front yard way cooler and the lighting a little less contrasty, just easier to see when it's in the shade. So I will be editing this afternoon, working on this vlog episode, and hopefully it's good. And then once the light creeps over, I'm gonna work on this sidewalk again. So first I'll shoot an intro and try and say the same line as before. That way I can stitch the clips together, and then I can shoot a quick outro to wrap everything up. Hey everybody, my name is Mike Montgomery, and today I'm gonna show you every step for building a mortar shower bed, from installing the drain all the way to being ready for tile. So let's get started on Modern Builds. Oh, that was a one-take wonder. Now it's time for outro. I really hope you enjoyed and learned something in this video. After a little framing, electrical, and drywall, we'll close this whole thing up. So that is a wrap on the mortar bed video. Hopefully it goes live either right before this one or right after this vlog. The lighting really is so much better here in the first part of the day, so I'm glad I got this shot now. And for the rest of the afternoon, I'm gonna be editing my vlog video to make good progress on that and just to see if it's even entertaining, because I've been shooting for a while without editing it yet. A lot of you guys are always mad about my lens not being clean. Trust me, I do my best. I mean, look at this camera. It goes through a lot of abuse. If there's a contest for dirtiest YouTuber camera, I think I might win, especially now with all this concrete or mortar.
And so they went to retrieve the elk, and the wolves started circling them. He told my friend John Dudley. He killed 2 of them with a bow and arrow, and his friend killed 1 of them with a rifle. The wolves kept rushing them.
So far, I've got to say, vlog is coming out pretty good. We'll see in the final edit, though. Back again for the daily Home Depot trip. 1-800-SUPER-PRO parking. We'll go ahead and pick up a cart someone decided to leave in the middle of the parking lot. I really don't know who leaves carts in the middle of the parking space, but bold move. And it looks like out of all of this,
best value is right here, all-purpose sand. We're also gonna need some garden stakes. These are perfect.
And they had straight 2x4s, so I picked up about twice as many as I need, because they'll get used. Now, I'm not sure if I'm gonna make another vlog, but if I do, I wanted to ask you guys to leave some questions down in the comments below. That way, if I do a little Q&A segment, I've got plenty of things to pull from. This income property renovation has taken longer than I expected, so I'm sure you guys have some genuine questions, and I'd be excited to answer them.
Real quick, I'm gonna move the trash can to get more shade. And that should give me a few hours of good light.
And now it's time to shoot the beginning of our sidewalk/paver video. I'll have an intro shot that goes before the title sequence, but this is basically the first shot people are gonna be welcomed in on. That's one of the big reasons I wanted to wait to now to start filming, so that it looks good at the beginning of the video. So right outside. Okay, here we go. Welcome everybody to what used to be the sidewalk in front of my renovation project. We've already done a ton of work by tearing out what was a damaged... This front perimeter removed, there was no longer dirt. Okay, that is a ton of voiceover. That's a great beginning.
So I really hope you guys have enjoyed this vlog. I think I'm gonna pause it here so I can focus on the paver project.
Where you all got to see behind the scenes on the mortar project in the bathroom.
I experimented with the first vlog, and you saw the beginning of my next project.
Or really my next two projects, because I'm gonna be working on the shower and the pavers simultaneously. First half of the day in the bathroom, second half out here. If you enjoyed this video, let me know down below in the comments, and we'll see you next time on Mike's First Flip.
It's Mike's First Flip. Bye, everybody. We'll see you next time.